14. We're going to put it behind us now as we approach week 15 here on the NFL for another live episode here with the Wizard and
DJ Imperiyal.
Let's kick it off. And as we approach Thursday Night Football, Cardinals Rams.
As we head to Thursday Night Football at Edward Jones Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network. It's the NFC leading Arizona Cardinals with Drew Stanton and heading into St. Louis to face Jeff Fisher, Sean Hill, and those St. Louis Rams. The St. Louis Rams are coming off of two huge shutout wins versus the Raiders and
the Rams, the Raiders, and that team that they played last week, the Redskins.
Yeah, the Redskins, that's right. I had a little bit of a blur right there.
No worries.
Defeating the Raiders and the Redskins, probably their biggest win margins, and, nice way to shut out everybody with those. But we need to pick a winner here. I apologize.
No worries.
As we continue on to Week 15, we got to pick a winner for this. It's the NFC West rival match. This is where I see the Arizona Cardinals finally getting off their high horse. They've been playing really well. The coaching has been great. There's no underestimating that. Andre Ellington finally out. Carson Palmer's out. There are a lot of people that are finally getting hurt, and it's just not working in their favor. So I see the St. Louis Rams ending their end of the season on a high note, and that's why I'm going to take the St. Louis Rams in this game. Plus, they're home. They're home.
Yeah.
All you gamblers out there, if you like the Rams, take them. I don't blame you. A lot of people are going to be taking Arizona because it's Arizona. They're the sexy pick. They've been doing that all year. But you know what? No, don't do it that day. Don't do it Thursday. Start your week off right. Go on Friday with a couple extra bucks, and that's the St. Louis Rams straight up. The St. Louis Rams will beat the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, like what Jeff Fisher did last week against the Washington Redskins on the coin toss. He brought out all the players that he acquired doing the RG3 trade. I mean, if that's not a slap in the face, I don't know what is. But in this game, you have Drew Stanton and the Arizona Cardinals traveling to St. Louis. You know, I loved the Chiefs last week when they're battling the Cardinals. I felt that they could not withstand Andy Reid and Kansas City after losing 2 in a row, but I was wrong. The Cardinals, they shut out the Chiefs in the second half, allowing 0 points. The Arizona Cardinals are 7-2 against the spread over the last 9. The one main thing I want to point out with the Cardinals is running back Kern Williams. He had 100 yards on 19 carries last week, and that seems promising. But the Rams are hot. The Rams are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. How can you pick against the Rams? They already beat Peyton Manning, and they almost knocked off that man, Phillip Rivers. In this game, the Cardinals are 0-2 straight up and against the spreads in the last 2 on the road, but I'm going to have to go with them again, the Arizona Cardinals. I kept saying that they're going to fall off and the Cardinals are not going to make the playoffs, but this week, I'm going to go with Drew Stanton and the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams are giving them 4.5. I say, just take the Cardinals straight up, and I don't know about the over-under. Steelers, Falcons.
As we head to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Ben Roethlisberger and the 8-5 Pittsburgh Steel Curtain Steelers heading to Atlanta to face Matthew Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons, they want to keep their hopes alive in the NFC South. And now with the way things are kind of shaping up in that division, they have a great shot of winning that division.
Yeah.
New Orleans, they just can't get anything going at home with them, but that's besides the point right now. We need to pick a winner. We need to pick a winner for this game. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers got to get something going. They got to get something going. You want to keep yourself in the playoff hunt? That defense needs to show up. Ben Roethlisberger, along with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, they need to keep things going. But in this game, Atlanta's home. Atlanta's home. You're hearing me saying this. He knows where I'm getting at right now.
I love it.
And you know what? NFC South, it's up for grabs. Matthew Ryan's interested. He's awesome at home. Again, he is awesome at home. He has a winning record. He's always going to have a winning record. He's going to keep that flow going. Look at the way that him and Julio Jones played on Monday night. You need to tell me that they're not going to keep it going like that? They very well could. I expect them to. Roddy White, that's another guy.
They should
have weapons that can keep that offense flowing, moving and grooving, getting what they got to do to get themselves some points on the board. So I expect the Dirty Birds. And then the boys from Atlanta, those Atlanta Falcons, they will beat those Pittsburgh Steelers.
And I like what you're saying. The Steelers won to Paul Brown last week and outclassed the Bengals in the fourth quarter. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the previous week, they lost to the Saints. I mean, they still have me scratching their heads. The Pittsburgh Steelers, 3-10 against the spread in the last 13 as road favorites. I mean, how the hell are they favored on the road in this game? The Falcons are 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 as being home dogs. In this game, like you said, I'm going to agree with you. I have to go with the Falcons. They showed me some sign last week, a little life against the Packers. Although they trailed 31-7 at halftime, they still reeled off about 30 points in the second half. The Pittsburgh Steelers, though, they've been harassing their opponents by 20 yards a game, and the Falcons been getting outrushed by 26 yards a game. But you got to keep this in mind that the Steelers are 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 versus Atlanta. And Atlanta is home. And guess what? The Steelers, they lost to the Buccaneers, they lost to the Saints, and now they will lose to the Atlanta Falcons. They cannot face the NFC South. Falcons penciled in. Redskins Giants.
As we head to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, it's Colt McCoy and those 3-10 Washington Redskins coming into MetLife Stadium to face Eli Manning, Tom Coughlin, and the New York City G-Men at 4-9. The New York Giants are coming off of a big win in LP Field against the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
They actually knocked out Zach Mettenberger, and he actually is pretty much questionable to show up this weekend. I don't expect him to come up. I don't expect him to show up because pretty much they're already announcing that Jay Locker will get the nod. But we're going to get to that later when that game goes on. But right now, we're taking ourselves to MetLife Field for the Giants and the Redskins. The Giants are coming off of a big win, like I've said, and they're going to keep that momentum going. Odell Beckham, ODB. You see those passes he was throwing at the Knicks game the other night? At the Nets game the other night?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was the Cavs and the Nets. He was throwing some T-shirts in the audience right in front of the Prince and the Princess.
Exactly. Everyone was in the building. The entire bloodline royalty.
It was a big night that night. It was a very big night that night. Yeah. But anyway, he was throwing touchdowns then. He was trying to throw touchdowns on Sunday. I expect him to show up. He's the man in New York right now, man. He's going to keep it going. Eli Manning, you're all right. You're good. There ain't nothing to worry about.
only two rings.
He's going to get. He's gone after the season. They're going to get rid of him. No, you're not.
No,
you're not because he's got 2 Super Bowl rings and you don't have 2 Super Bowl rings. No. That's what it is at the end of the day. Tom Coughlin has the same exact thing. That's the other thing. When Tom Coughlin wants to leave, he's going to leave, and then that's when the Giants are going to go up to Bill Coughlin. All right, no, excuse me, Bill.
Maybe if Tom has a hybrid.
No. What's his name?
Bill Cowher.
Yeah, Bill Cowher. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, from Pittsburgh. But anyway, I'm getting a little flustered tonight. I apologize. I'm a little excited. I've had some good
it's
things
week
happening
15.
in my life right now.
Week 15.
Week 15. But you know what? I'm picking a winner. And the New York Giants, they're home. They're going to keep the momentum going. They're going to keep the flow going. The New York Giants will defeat the Washington Redskins. There's no RG3, so the Giants will beat the Redskins.
Yeah, the Giants will beat the Redskins with RG3 on the sideline. Colt McCoy looked awful last week after playing decent in the previous 2 games. In this game, I don't need to spend that much time. I'm a Giants fan. You already know that. And the spread in this game is the Giants minus 6.5. I don't really know about that too much, but if Odell Beckham keeps catching balls with one finger, the Giants will win this one by at least 14 points. So I'm going to go Big Blue in the New York Giants and Eli Manning into this game. Come on, I'm not going to spend time in it with the Washington Redskins. Dolphins, Patriots.
AFC East battle, Gillette Stadium. Miami Dolphins heading to New England to face Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. The Patriots are keeping their momentum going. Coming off of a disappointing loss. Who are they playing? Wednesday, right?
Who?
The Patriots.
The Patriots playing the Dolphins this week.
No, I know, but who did they last week?
Last week they played the Chargers.
Oh, that's right.
They lost to Green Bay the week before that.
They're on a 2-game losing streak.
No, they beat the Chargers. They lost to the Packers before that.
I passed out early. Oh, okay, well, anyway.
You were sleeping.
Yeah, I was.
Sunday night
I've been
football.
sleeping. I've been sleeping the whole time. I just woke up a half hour before this broadcast, obviously. That's the way I'm predicting my picks. But anyway, we got to pick a winner here. The Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots. New England Patriots are going to win. They're going to win because they have everything going for them. You know, well, not the last few weeks, but, you know, they have to fight and claw. But they're still top of the AFC. And I see them keeping their momentum going. They're going to win the division. They're going into Miami. Well, they're not going into Miami. Miami's coming to them. But they have a tough defense. And I see New England pulling this one out. Miami, they're going to keep it interesting. They have the weapons to do so, especially with the tight end and the wide receivers. And they have the cornerbacks that can kind of, you know, give Tom Brady the fits every once in a while. But yeah, I think New England's going to win this. I really do. New England Patriots, they're going to beat the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, the New England Patriots last week showed the Chargers who the real villain is in the AFC. The New England Patriots, all season we've been saying they're a team that you don't want to bet against because they figure out your strength and turn it to a weakness. How many times? I mean, it's a broken record. The New England Patriots, I love in this game. The only thing, though, the last 4 times the Pats been favored by 9 or more, they came up short. They never covered the spread. And the Dolphins actually beat the Pats earlier this season. I think that was week 2 or week 3. The Fins been altering wins and losses this season back and forth, so I don't know which way the arrow's going to go this week. If they stick to the trend, they should win. But I don't believe it. The Fins have won the last 2 against New England, but this one will not be number 3. In this game, I love the New England Patriots against the Miami Dolphins. Right now, the Patriots are favored by -7.5. I say take the Dolphins plus 7.5. They're still fighting for a wild card. And take the Patriots straight up. The over on there. Oh, fuck. Just go with the over. Raiders Chiefs.
AFC West rivalry match. It's the rematch from Thursday night football. It's the Oakland Raiders heading to Arrowhead Pond to face the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are at 7-6. The Oakland Raiders are at 2-11. The Kansas City Chiefs are coming off of a big win. The Oakland Raiders are coming off of a big win against the San Francisco 49ers.
Surprisingly, right?
Yeah,
that's why you're like, what? The Raiders?
The Kansas City Chiefs are coming off of a disappointing loss to the Arizona Cardinals. But as we're picking a winner here, everybody's just like, oh, Oakland. Well, no. They're not saying Oakland, but they're saying, oh, well, maybe this time around, since it was Thursday night and everything, they might be able to keep, this thing a little bit interesting. Yeah. No, they're not. It's Arrowhead Pond. This is probably one of the best rivalries that you can have in football because these games are always close. Oakland Raiders and Kansas City Chiefs, they just do not like each other. They don't like each other. But since the Kansas City Chiefs are at home and they're the better team that I feel like they are overall, I see them winning this game. Kansas City, you will beat the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming in on this 3-game losing streak as they host the Oakland Raiders. And right now, they have that taste in their mouth from the last time they faced the Raiders on Thursday Night Football, and they lost. In this game, I'm going to have to go with Andy Reid and the Chiefs because they're still in contention for a wildcard spot. The Oakland Raiders right now, they're playing on high spirits, winning the last 2 out of 3. And they beat 2 good teams.
It's Derek Carr and no one else. Let's be real.
Yeah, but they beat the 49ers and they beat the Chiefs a week or whatever before that. In this game, I'm going to have to go with Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. Alex Smith. The Chiefs should win this game. Right now, the spread is the Chiefs -10. I say take the Oakland Raiders against the spread. They've been covering spreads great all the season. Take the Raiders against the spread +10. Stick with the under and just take the Chiefs straight up. Texans Colts.
AFC South rivalry as J.J. Watt in the 7-6 Houston Texans head to Lucas Oil Stadium to face the 9-4 Indianapolis Colts featuring Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck and the Colts are coming off of a big win last week. They're looking to keep that momentum going this week. The Houston Texans are coming in with that feisty defense, and J.J. Watt continues to just be flowing all over the field. You don't know if he's going to play tight end. You don't know if he's going to be a blocker. You don't know if he's going to be running back, or quarterback, or wide receiver, or playing defensive end, or even playing the kick returner. You don't know where the hell he's going to be. And I couldn't even tell you that, but yeah. He should be MVP right now the way the season's going. I think it's between him and Aaron Rodgers. Let's be real. When it comes to all around players, if everybody in the NFL, those 2 guys are the 2 guys that really stand out to me the most. They really do. But they do everything that they need to do for those teams to make those teams succeed and win. But anyway, we're picking a winner here. And yeah, add Andrew Luck to that too, because Andrew Luck has been having a good year too.
Yeah, but he won't get MVP.
No, he won't get it either, but he should be considered. But anyway, we got to pick a winner. It's the AFC South rivalry, and I still think the Indianapolis Colts, since they're home, well, I shouldn't say still, I think they will. The Indianapolis Colts will beat the Houston Texans at home just because they got the flow going. They have the best quarterback in that division, and they're going to keep it moving. Everybody else, you got growing pains coming, and you're just learning. You're learning from the best. The Indianapolis Colts in that division are the best, and they will beat the Houston Texans.
Yeah, last week the Colts escaped with 1 bite from the dog pound only winning by 1 point. Yeah, they didn't cover the spread as 3-point favorites to Indianapolis Colts, but Andrew Luck still reeled off a bunch of points within 22 minutes. The Colts now, they're hosting the Houston Texans at home. The last time these two teams met, I think it was Monday or Thursday Night Football. I'm not sure. One of those primetime slots, but the Colts got off to a hot start and the Texans rallied back in the second half. The Colts eventually won a game. The Colts have never lost at home to the Texans. They're 12-0 straight up and 8-4 against the spread. The Colts in this game, too, they're looking to clinch the AFC North right now, and they can clinch it with a victory. This is a big game because in the back of the Texans' mind, they know that they can still win the division, but deep down, they know they won't win the division, so they won't win this game. The Texans have won and covered the last 2 games. What? Does that mean anything? No! The total has gone under in 6 in the last 8 games when the Colts face the Texans. So in this game, I say take the Colts minus 6.5. I see them winning by a touchdown or more, bouncing back from last week, covering the spread this week. And I say just take the under. Don't take the over in this one. All right? Yeah, let's keep it moving. Andrew Luck. Bengals, Browns.
First Energy Field in Cleveland, Ohio, as the newly starting Johnny Manziel and the Cleveland Browns come to host the Cincinnati Bengals at 8-4-1. It's an AFC North rivalry game. Johnny Manziel, I've always said, I don't like, I'm not going to say I don't like you. I can't say that. I don't know you. I don't trust you as a pro quarterback. I don't. You're a little, no offense. You're like me. You're a little pipsqueak.
Oh, wow. Well, you got some, you can knock that out.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever. He just wants his money. Manziel just wants his money. His money Manziel. He likes to be Floyd Mayweather of the NFL. Yep. But anyway, we need to pick a winner for this one. And I'm sorry, Manziel, you're going to get your ass fucking thrown around that game. You're going to get your ass thrown around. There ain't no way if that's about it. I feel bad for Josh Gordon because he's going to be looking to get the ball, and you're not going to get it to him. No. You're going to get thrown around. Johnny Manziel, you remind me of the Tennessee Titans. There's no offense. There's just nothing great about you. Anyway.
Oh, wow. I love that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I am feeling a little bit right now, but we're going to express ourselves. But right now, I got to pick a winner. And we're going to pick a winner. And the Cincinnati Bengals, you're going to defeat the Cleveland Browns. Why? Because you're just a better team.
We're ready to rock it. We're ready to rock it. Andrew Dalton. You know what you're doing. AJ Green's your boy.
And you guys remind me a little bit of the Detroit Lions. I tell everybody that all the time. There's a kind of a resemblance between the two. And that's why I think you're going to win. I really, no. Well, he's not Stafford. He won't be Stafford. He never will be Stafford. He's Andy Dalton. Yep. But I got to pick a winner. AFC North rivalry? Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals, because they're going to make the playoffs. Browns won't. Johnny Manziel, you're going to get your ass thrown around. Bengals will beat the Browns.
The Browns and Johnny the Money Man Manziel host Marvin Lewis and gang for round 2. The Cleveland Browns, I agree with my partner here on the right because I never trusted Manziel. I never followed him in college. I didn't need to. Only thing I needed to follow was TMZ to see the off-field antics. Johnny Manziel will not win this game. Cleveland has won and covered 3 of the last 4 versus Cincy. But guess what? Johnny is starting. The Browns, though, did outrush the Colts by 18 yards and led late in the game. But Andrew Luck's persistence was just too much. The Colts, Dan Heron, this guy was moving through the defense like packages. Yeah, in this game, you have to go with the Bengals. The Bengals are dogs +1 because they lost to the Steelers last week and they still cling on to the AFC North. They got to win this game. The Bengals, they have a shot at winning the division, but the Browns will not make the playoffs. One key note to key in your head is that the total has gone under in 5 of Cleveland's last 5 at home. So you know what that means? That means take the Bengals money line and take the over 44. That's a guarantee. Get it down. Jaguars, Ravens.
As we head to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Blake Bortles. Not just anybody, but it's the 2-11 Jacksonville Jaguars with Blake Bortles. And they're going to Baltimore to face Joe Flacco, the former Super Bowl MVP of the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens 8-5. They are going to keep it going.
Yeah.
Look, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's their front 7. That's the only thing they have going for them on their defense is that front 7. They like to sack the quarterback, and they're going to sack him a few times, but but the Baltimore Ravens have the weapons to do what they have to do to get things done. I'm making it short and sweet because Jaguars, you're going through your growing pains, and it's going to continue. The Baltimore Ravens will beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I'll make it short and sweet as well. See, I mispronounced my words.
That's worth a pizza.
Yeah. Whenever the Jaguars are playing, I don't know. Sometimes I go with them. I won them last week. But this week, I will not go with Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have to go with Joe Flacco and his team. Torrey Smith may not play, but it doesn't matter. They have Steve Smith Sr. That's guess what he calls himself now. In this game, I have to go with the Baltimore Ravens. Spread's a little high, minus 13.5. I don't know how I feel about that, but I like the over a lot. The over is 45. I see the Ravens putting up at least 38 points, and the Jags in garbage time putting up 14. So I say take the over in this, and I think that spread's too high. Just take the Ravens straight up and the over. That's the only way I see it. Packers, Bills.
Ralph Wilson Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, as we have Aaron Rodgers and the second-placed NFC-ranked Green Bay Packers at 10-3, heading into Orchard Park to face Orchard Park, New York, to face the aura of Kyle Orton. Not just anybody. It's that aura, the aura of Orton. And the Buffalo Bills hosting those Green Bay Packers at 7-6. The Buffalo Bills are looking to keep things going. Green Bay Packers are coming off of a huge win on Monday night, and they look to keep things going as well. And I see them keeping things going. I know to a lot of people, the Packers, they've had their fits there, and they've had their, little difficulties with things. But they're on too much of a high right now. Aaron Rodgers is an MVP candidate. He's playing at an MVP level, and you just can't contain that. You have to embrace it and just enjoy it for what it is. And I'm going to continue. And I hate to say that because I'm a Viking fan. But you know what? At the end of the day, good football is good football. You respect it, So in that case, I have to take the Green Bay Packers. They're flowing. There's just no other way to say it. They're just they're doing what they have to do to win games, especially that offense. That offense is just lighting everybody up, if it's not the Minnesota Vikings. But regardless of that, we got to pick a winner. In Green Bay, I've said it all along, and I'm saying it again. Green Bay Packers are going to beat the Buffalo Bills. They have everything going for them, and they're going to keep the move going because eventually they're going to take over the first place spot of the NFC. Green Bay Packers, you will beat the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, the Packer coming off a spectacular offensive explosion on Monday night. They go to visit Mr. Marone and the Bills over there in Orchard Park. The Green Bay Packers, like you said, how can you go against Aaron Rodgers right now? I mean, this guy, he's just on a different plane. The Packers have won the last 9 out of 10 straight up and are 7-3 against the spread over that span. The Bills, though, they're 3-0 against the spread in the last 3. And they did outgain the Broncos last week by over 100 yards and 1 time of possession. Unfortunately, 3 turnovers cost them the game. The Bills rank 8th against the run. And listen to this. The Buffalo Bills own a +9 turnover margin, which is huge. And this Packers defense, you already know, is vulnerable. In this game, it's really a tough one. I told you about this earlier before we got on the show. I told you actually 2 days ago that, I don't know, there's something about it. And in this game...
Stop it already.
In this game, I'm going to have to go with the Buffalo Bills in Orchard Park. Last week, my dad wanted to go with the Bills over there in Mile High Stadium. I thought he was crazy, and the Bills did cover the spread, but they didn't win straight up. But I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. The Green Bay Packers have never won in Buffalo, and they won't win this year in Buffalo. Maybe in 2015, if Goodell schedules it. Buccaneers, Panthers.
NFC South rivalry game as we head to Carolina at Bank of America Stadium as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 2-11 head to Carolina to face the 5-8-1 Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, Cam Newton, I hope everything is well. I hope you're doing well. I wish you nothing but a safe and a nice recovery, a safe recovery. I hope everything's going well. I don't personally know you. You probably don't want to know me. I understand. I'm just a little sports and DJ host. But anyway, regardless, as a fan of football and seeing it from afar, Cam Newton, I hope everything with you gets better, and I wish you a speedy recovery. But as we get into that, we need to pick a winner for this game. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Derek Anderson is going to be starting for the team once again, just like it was Week 1. I know he's going to point out a little bit more to talk about that. The Wizard, as I'm talking about. We need to pick a winner for this one. And as we do, I'm taking Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay. This game kind of sets them up to finally get another win again. I think they're going to sweep the season series against the Carolina Panthers in this one. So you guys, you know, if you want to make a couple extra bucks, you might as well do it with this one. Carolina Panthers, they have the D, but they're not going to have the O to get it done. Even though they're home, I just don't trust them. Tampa Bay, I see you pulling off an upset this week against those Carolina Panthers.
And the Carolina Panthers, like you said, condolences go out to Cam Newton after getting the truck flipped. Oh man, I had a crackle. But anyway, like Derek Carr, he actually came through in week 1 when he played against the Buccaneers, and he showed well as he won a game. He threw for about, I think, 249 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kelvin Benjamin was one of his big target. The main thing in that game, though, was Luke Kuechly, who had the big fumble, and the Panthers eventually won the game. In this one, though, I'm going to have to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like we said all season, this is a team, when you bet against them this week, you lose. You bet against them, you lose. It's just seesaw. And I'm going to keep doing it. It's sick. I'm going to have to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again in this game. I don't care what the spread is. Give me the Bucs money line straight up and take the under. Jets, Titans. Yeah.
As we head to LP Field in Nashville, Tennessee, it's the 2-11 Tennessee Titans hosting the 2-11 New York City Flight Crew, as in the New York City Jets.
Not the Purple City Crew this week?
No, it's not the no.
Purple City flew out with a victory.
It's the New York City Flight Crew, the Jets. And the Rex Ryan is pretty much playing for his, he's not playing for his coaching career anymore. He's pretty much done at the end of the year.
I don't know what the fuck he's playing for.
Tennessee Titans, they're looking to keep things going. They're not going to keep things going. Zach Mettenberger's out. Locker, I think you suck. And as I always said, even with you as the starter, there's just nothing great about you. So you know what? I'm taking the team that's coming in away this week. I'm going to pick the New York Jets. And it's going to be back-to-back weeks that Tennessee has lost to both New York teams. I'm taking that. That's the way I'm feeling it. Rex Ryan, you're going to get one more win before you bow out as New York Jets coach. And this is going to be the week you get it. The New York Jets will beat the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, listen to New York Jets right now. They've been a headache for me all season. I mean, it started from week 8, and now we're at week 15, and nothing can cure this pain. The New York Jets, I mean, it sucks if you're a fan and you drive around the bus and you put all this money into when you go to all the games and you have a tailgate spot. Come on, can you guys show up and finally do something for the fan base? No, because his team stinks. But I'm going to have to pick him this week because the Titans, they're just as bad. The only thing that kind of scares me is Jake Locker's back in there. And you already know, I always like Jake Locker. His only downfall, he can never stay healthy. The guy always gets injured. When this game, I'm going to have to go with you. I'm going to have to take the New York Jets. I mean, it's sick. I don't even want to pronounce those words from my mouth. Broncos, Chargers. Yeah.
Welcome Stadium in San Diego, California. It's Peyton Manning and the 10-3 Denver Broncos heading into San Diego to face the 8-5 Philip Rivers-led San Diego Superchargers. Woo! Chargers are coming off of such a close win over the San Diego Chargers. The Denver Broncos coming off of a big win last week on Sunday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos.
Yes. And they look to keep it going again this week, heading into Qualcomm Stadium to face the San Diego Chargers. Hey, the one thing that Peyton Manning took forward to this week, he don't have to play in that goddamn cold weather. He's in San Diego, he's chilling, and I expect them to keep it moving. They're not going to be chilling, they're going to be heating things up on that field. Peyton Manning in warm weather, how can you go against it? Even though it's San Diego, they play a little half-ass, and they've been doing it a lot these last few weeks. Peyton Manning, they're going to keep it going. They're going to be looking to solidify the second spot in the AFC North playoffs. Whether it's first or second, it's pretty much them in New England battling for that right now. But I expect the Denver Broncos to defeat those San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, and the Denver Broncos, Peyton Manning gallops on that horse and he goes to Qualcomm Stadium to face Philip Rivers and the Chargers. In this game, I mean, it really is a tough one right now. The Broncos are 5-1 straight up versus San Diego since Peyton took over beyond the helm. The Broncos, they're on a 3-game winning streak, but the Chargers, they're also on a 3-game winning streak. And what really impressed me about San Diego is when they went in there to face that dude, Joe Flacco and Harbaugh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they exactly, and they won the game. In this, though, it's tough to go with the Chargers because the Broncos, versus them in the last 6, they've won by an average of like 20-something points. I mean, that stat alone in itself is disgusting. The Denver Broncos are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 versus the San Diego Chargers. But one thing I always tell my listeners and tell the rookies who are up and coming with the betting is that you got to look for home dogs. You got to look for the teams who are home and they're underdogs, because being home is an advantage in itself. So in this game, I'm going to have to go with Phillip Rivers and the San Diego Chargers straight up, because the Denver Broncos, they really don't look that good to me. I don't care that they had a few victories here a week ago. They lost to the Rams. I'm going to go with the San Diego Chargers and Phillip Rivers winning overall. And the under, Vikings-Lions.
As we head to Ford Field for the NFC North Battle of the Week, it's Teddy Bridgewater at 6-7 with those Minnesota Vikings. Facing Matthew Stafford, for Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, they're going to be looking to keep things going this week. Minnesota Vikings are coming up with 2 straight wins off of Carolina and the New York Jets. 2 losing teams with 2 losing records. But for some reason, the Minnesota Vikings seem to still be in the playoff hunt. And I'm sorry, ladies and gents, I'm a Viking fan. I don't expect them to keep it going this year. I always thought this year was going to be a learning season, and I expect that to continue. The Detroit Lions, they're going to be a playoff team this year, whether it's them winning the division. Well, they're not going to win the division because Green Bay is, but they're still vying for a playoff spot. So I expect them to get things done against Minnesota. As much as I hate to say it, the Detroit Lions will beat the Vikings because the Vikings just aren't ready to take that next step. They're not there. They're too young. The Lions will beat the Vikings.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions will win the game. I don't know about covering the spread. Actually, yeah, they'll cover the spread and it'll go over. The Detroit Lions will win this game. 49ers Seahawks.
Energy Link Field. As we had
CenturyLink.
Excuse me. Oh,
but the energy with the fans, with the 12 man, the energy is strong now.
I'm talking about Cleveland. I'm mixing stadium names. CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. As we head to the NFC West Battle of the Week. No, it's not the Thursday night game. It's this game because it's Fox's America Game of the Week with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. We have the 7-6 San Francisco 49ers heading into Seattle to face Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, and the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks are coming off of some momentum wins. The last few weeks, they're going to be looking to keep it going this week. San Francisco 49ers keep coming off of disappointing losses. This is the first time in franchise history since under John Harbaugh that they have 6 losses. And they're going to get another one. They're going to be a 500 team after this week. And it's going to start to look like if they can really make the playoffs. That's the first step to really think about this. They might not even make the playoffs now. Because of other stuff you have Arizona and Seattle making the playoffs and Seattle not going in. Or San Francisco not going in. That's the crazy thing. And this week, they're going to be fighting for it because I think till the end, they're going to be playing for a playoff spot. I expect Seattle to win. They're home. They're playing like a Super Bowl team, and they're going to roll the 49ers with the Super Bowl team. Seattle Seahawks will beat the 49ers.
They will?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. The Seahawks will beat the 49ers. Hell yeah, they are. Hell yeah, they are.
The Hawks have won 4 of the last 5 meetings versus the 49ers. No, I'm kidding. Just overall and covering the spread. In 7 straight meetings, yes, against the 49ers. The Seahawks, I mean, they're hot right now. We loved them going into Philly last week, right?
I didn't like them. I like Seattle. Seattle, yes, I did like Seattle. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yes, I do. Show from last week. You loved them. But in this game right now, the 49ers, they're such an up and down team. They started 1-2, then won 3 in a row, then lost 2 in a row, then won 3 in a row. Now lost 2 in a row. So if they continue that trend, they should get this victory. But it's hard going with this team. I mean, right now, there's a lot of outside distraction with what's going on with Harbaugh. And Kaepernick, they're questioning his game, his performance, how he really looks in the pocket. Honestly, I never trust Colin Kaepernick from day one when he looked really great. All that they had to do was review the film and then dissect what he's doing. In this game, the Hawks, you got to go with them. They outgained Philly by 300 yards, and they have held their opponents to an average of 20 points during this win streak. You got to go with the Seattle Seahawks in this game. That's the way I see it. I see the Hawks not covering the spread. Take the 49ers plus 10, 10.5, whatever it is. Take the over and take the Seahawks straight up. That's the only way I see it. Cowboys, Eagles.
Sunday Night Football on NBC. We have the NFC East Battle of the Week as it's Tony Romo and the 9-4 Dallas Cowboys heading into Lincoln Financial Field to face the Sanchez, which is Mark Sanchez, Jordan Matthews, Jeremy Macklin, LaShawn McCoy, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles coming off of a disappointing home loss against the Seattle Seahawks, but they look to turn things around this week against the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys coming off of a big win against Chicago, as the week before they're coming off of a horrible loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, but they look to turn things around this week. And that's the one thing. That's the one thing I find interesting about this, because I think that the Dallas Cowboys can go in to Philadelphia and beat those guys this week, and if they get them, this game is pretty much for the NFC East.
It is
right here. It's for the NFC East right here. This is for the NFC East.
Right.
And you know what? If I have to pick a team, the Cowboys need it more, and I think they're going to go in there wanting it more. They have the offensive line. They have the weapons to do it. They have the weapons to keep themselves in this. Yes, I'm taking those Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking America's team. The Dallas Cowboys will beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, you take America's team. I guess I'm trying to live America's dream. No. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys right now, they're undefeated on the road, going 6-0 and 5-1 against the spread. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're 10-2 straight up in their last dozen at home. And this game is tough to go. I don't know which way the coin wants to roll. On Thanksgiving, the Philadelphia Eagles really destroyed Dallas, and I picked Dallas. I never picked Dallas. So in this game, if I pick Dallas, are they going to get destroyed, lose the first one on the road, the Eagles win? Or if I pick the Eagles, the Cowboys are going to win? I don't know. I'm confused. The Cowboys, though, they're out rushing their opponents by 36 yards. And the last time they met, they rushed Dallas by 200 yards. So in this game, I'm going to have to go again with the Philadelphia Eagles. The reason why I don't like Dallas, I don't give a damn about Dallas. I don't care if I'm biased on this pick, because if I was biased the first time on Thanksgiving, I would have won money. And the Dallas Cowboys will lose this game. I like the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. What the hell is the spread? Let me pull it up real quick so I can football locks. All right, the Eagles are favored by 3.5. I don't like that. I say take Dallas plus 3.5. I can see Philly winning by 3 and take the over. And as we march over there to that field that's cold on Monday night, Saints Bears.
Soldier Field, Monday Night Football. It's the battle of the 5-8 team, which Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints heading into the cold, frozen tundra that is Soldier Field to face Jay Cutler, Alshon Jeffries, Matt Forte, and the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football.
Yes.
Chicago Bears need to keep some momentum going. They're coming off of a disappointing
momentum? What momentum? They have no momentum.
They have absolutely none. The New Orleans Saints are coming off of again another ass whooping against the Carolina Panthers at home. They've lost 4 straight at home. But you know what? Here's the interesting thing about this one. Hey, the Saints are on the road. So you know what? They play a lot better on the road. Look at the way they played against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't trust the Bears this week. I think they suck. They suck. Jay Cutler, you can't get anything going with that offense. You're not. You guys are rebuilding for the future. Jay Cutler, you might not even be there next year. No offense. So you know what? If I have to pick a team, it's the team that wants it more. New Orleans is still playing for the division. Pretty much Chicago, you're playing just so you can start picking up your golf clubs. So you can get to the offseason already. Full disrespect. So you know what? Monday night, it ain't no upset. It's the right way to pick it. The New Orleans Saints will beat the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, the New Orleans Saints coming off a loss last week to Cam Newton and the Panthers. Cam Newton and the Panthers putting up 41 points, and B. Breeze putting up 10. I mean, it was disgusting. I don't know which way to go. The Saints are 1-4 straight up and against the spread in their past 5 games. They're so puzzling. I don't know what's going on with the Saints this season. I love Drew Brees. I draft him first every year in fantasy. But the Saints did beat the Chicago Bears last year, 26-18 at Soldier Field. Both these teams, you don't want to put your money on. You want to keep it in your wallet and just, save it, put it towards Christmas gifts. You really don't want to bet when these two teams are playing against each other. But in this game, I'm going to go with New Orleans Saints. The Saints are still battling for the division. Definitely not a wild card, but they're still in it. So they know this game, there's some urgency. The Saints, yes, the total has gone over in 4 of the last Saints games for Chicago. The Bears stink. They're 3-12-1 against the spread in the last 16 at home. And they don't have Brandon Marshall. And the Saints have won the last 2 for Chicago. So in this game, I'm going to have to take the Saints straight up overall. I don't care what the spread is. I say take the Saints and the yonder because Drew Brees will prevail. Yes, and as we move on now to this segment of the show with the picks and the live opinions you need, those locks here on the Magic 8 Ball with the Wizard. Let's get it started. And my first lock of the week is Matthew Ryan hosting Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben favored by 2 on the road. I say take Matthew Stafford. No, Matthew Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. They'll win this game. They're 4-0 in the last 4 as home dogs, and they'll be 5-0 in the last 5 as home dogs. Take the Falcons. And my second lock of the week is the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. The over on this right now is 45 points. I say take the over. I can see the Ravens at least putting up 38 points. The Jaguars put up 14 in garbage time. So take the over. And my third lock of the week, you probably won't like this, but yes, I'm going with the aura.
Yeah, boy, it's the aura of Kyle Orton. Not just any aura, it's aura of Orton.
Yeah, I say take the Buffalo Bills against the spread +5. It's a tough game for Andrew Rodgers going in right now. Yeah, your boy Andrew Rodgers, you know that, yeah. Aaron Rodgers going in there to face them.
Fuck him.
Favored by 5. It won't happen. And we got 2 more coming. And my fourth lock of the week, the San Diego Chargers and Phillip Rivers. The Chargers are going to win this game outright. Peyton Manning, they haven't looked that fresh. The Chargers are still battling for something, and they're going to win this game. The San Diego Chargers. And my fifth lock of the week. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it. The New Orleans Saints winning straight up money line. So there we have it. Let's recap real quick. The first lock was Matthew Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons winning straight up. Then the second lock was the over in the Baltimore Ravens, which is 45 points. The third but surprising lock was the Buffalo Bills against the spread, +5. The fourth lock was Phillip Rivers at home hosting Peyton Manning, and the fifth lock was Drew Brees and the Saints overall money line. Great. So we thank everyone for coming out another live show here on the Wizard of Oddz, man. It was great. Week 15, the NFL season winding down so fast. I mean, we always have a good time here. My man DJ Imperiyal, he's in high spirits right now.
Yes, sir. DJ Imperiyal, baby.
As the pieces to his puzzle keep on connecting. So we're going to keep inspiring each other and keep on growing and moving forward in our progress on what we're doing. And the only good thing that's going to come are good things. Yes. So we thank everyone for coming out here on another live episode as we approach the holidays here with the Wizard and
DJ Imperiyal.
So join us again next week live here on Wednesday, 8:45 for the same time for another live episode here on the Wizard of Oddz. Yeah.